Hi everyone, welcome to College Tingkatan 6 Sri Istana Klang. Okay, I'm Puan Jenny. Let me introduce you the biology teachers of KTESI. Okay, the photo on your left. Okay, from the left we have Encik Hairul, we have Puan Norula Aini, myself, Puan Jenny Chia, and Puan Mutamil Arasia. And the photo on the right, we have Encik Muhammad Anizam, just joined us last year. Okay, so let's just go to the what I'm going to introduce you for this biology STPM under the new modular system. I will introduce you in terms of syllabus, okay, and then what are the practicals that you're supposed to carry out, the scheme of assessment, and lastly, the reference books that you need during your learning. Okay, we go to the first. Okay, for your information, throughout your biology during STPM under the new model system, we have 3 terms where first term, we are going to study about biological molecules and metabolism. Second term, we are studying about physiology, and during the third term, we are going to learn about ecology and genetics. Okay, what are the topics that we learn under the biological molecules and metabolism? There are 6 chapters here where you can read out yourselves, okay, where we have chapter 1, biological molecules. For example, we have carbohydrates, the water molecules, we have proteins, we have lipids, the nucleic acids. So these are the molecules that you are going to learn under chapter 1. Chapter 2, we are going to learn about the structure of the cells and organelles, and chapter 3, membrane structure and transport, enzymes, respiration, and photosynthesis. Okay, there are only 6 chapters, okay, during the first term. Okay, and then during the second term, physiology, if I'm not mistaken, there are how many chapters here? There are 7 chapters from the gaseous exchange until the infectious disease. So you can go through the slide, you can look at all these are the chapters under physiology. The details of each chapter, I believe your subject teacher will go through with you all in details during lessons. Okay, then the third term under ecology and genetics. For those students that love biodiversity, they will love the topics in this term, okay, where you will learn about taxonomy and biodiversity, ecology, selection and speciation, and the other 3 chapters under the genetics and also biotechnology, also very interesting topic. Okay, so this sorry, excuse me. So this one, this third term, the chapters, the syllabus is quite long. So just for your information, okay, it's quite interesting. Okay, so how about practical? Okay, what are the practicals that you're supposed to carry out? Practicals, for your information, you are going to sit for 4 papers. Okay, paper 1, for the term 1, we call it paper 1, term 2, paper 2, term 3, paper 3. And we have one more is the paper 4. Paper 4, we are referring to the practicals. So the practicals is a school-based assessment throughout your Form 6 school terms. And you have to finish or complete 15 compulsory experiments, and all these experiments will be assessed by the subject teachers. According to the manual, we'll give you the marks according to the manual of the for the practical, for this biology practical. Okay, so all these 4 papers, then only you will get a total grade for your whole paper. Okay, before we go to the scheme of assessment, let's go through what are the practicals that you will carry out during your practical experiment. Okay, for example, the first one, you are requested or required to make observations on the living, preserved specimens and models and record them accurately in writing or by using the clear drawing or diagrams. Okay, that means you make observations. What you what you look, what you observe. You maybe you can use you observe it under microscope, then you draw it. Okay, and then or you may ask to identify to identify the morphological features of specimens as a basis for their classification. This is, for example, you have to construct a dichotomous key where you are observing their morphological features and then you construct the dichotomous key. Okay, and then besides the just now the other two, you have fieldwork. You have fieldworks, you have projects. For example, you need to preserve insects and also the plants. That means you have to come up with 10 specimens of the insects and 10 specimens of the plants. So all these are the samples, how you preserve it. Okay, these are the insects. And we have the leaf also. For the plants, you are preserving the leaf. So these two you need to carry out usually under during the term 2 holidays. Okay, besides that, okay, very important. And another aspect, your practical, you need to carry out dissection. Okay, and you have to display it. And you know that dissection we are dealing with the rats. Okay, my advice is, okay, if you cannot stand to dissect a rat, then you don't choose biology, because for these rat experiments there are 3 practicals, compulsory practicals that which carry a lot of marks. So you have to think twice, because this is very important factor you have to consider, because some candidates when come to practical, because this practical dissection we carry out during uh, term 2, it's not first term, so you have completed your term 1 and when come to term 2 suddenly you cannot continue with your practicals, then there's a waste, because you will get 0 for your practical if you cannot dissect. Okay, think you have to think twice. So this is important advice. So you see, this is how we dissect it. You have to get used. You have to be brave enough to dissect it. Okay, and you see, these are the students that enjoy their dissection. But I tell you, many of the candidates, not many lah, maybe some of them, they will feel like this when they carry out. They are so nervous, a bit scared. Okay, so I hope that you are the earlier one. You are not this belong to this group. So, and the other aspect of the practical you are going to do is the the microscopic examination. So this one you are maybe in this practical, either you are given the prepared slides or you are going to prepare your own slides. And of course you identify the specimen using the light microscope. Okay, so this one is the plant cells. These are the slide that prepared by you. And this is a prepared slide. For amoeba, for example, you have to observe under the microscope and you draw it. Okay, so that is an exposure on your practical. Okay, and then besides that, we have biochemical, physiological, and genetic experiment. Genetic experiment is very fun. Okay, you see, the cone that we use, something like this. Okay, you have to look at the what you call it, the phenotypes, and we are looking for the ratio, the phenotypic ratio under Mendel 1 or Mendel 2. I believe you have studied this during your home 5. Okay, so there's nothing difficult, very easy and very interesting experiment for these genetics. Okay, what else that I'm going to introduce? Okay, one more field work, quadrat sampling. Okay, this is a group work. Okay, you can see you are given a quadrant and you have to go to the field and carry out the sampling and getting the data. Okay, so this is one of your field. Okay, and then you have to record the results, interpret the data scientifically, and make conclusion. Okay, so that's about our practical, your biology practical. Okay, I hope I have give a clear picture on your practical. So I think the next one I'm going to share with you is the scheme of assessment. Of course, definitely you must know how the marks allocated in these three terms. So you can look at here. Okay, so actually for biology, okay, the first term, second term, and third term, you can see on your screen here, the type of test, the format is the same, where you have the written test. Okay, in one paper you have the written test. In one paper you have section A, which is multiple choice questions. Okay, MCQ, 15 question compulsory. And section B, we have 2 compulsory short structure questions to be answered, which carries marks, 15 marks from section B. And just now the section A also will give you 15 marks because 15 MCQ, we have 15 marks total, and 2 compulsory short structure question goes to 15 marks as well. As for section C, you are given 3 AC questions, but you only need to answer 2 questions only. Okay, so it will come out to each question 15 marks, so 2 questions, it goes to 30 marks. So written test, you can see 15, 15, 30, 30 plus 30, so total mark is 60 marks. 60 marks, that means for one term 60 marks, the weighting is 26.67%. So if for 3 terms you take this 26.67% times 3, is not equal to 100. So where is the remaining? Remaining 20% will goes to the paper 4. Remember just now I said there is one more paper, you call it paper 4. Paper 4 is your total marks of your all 15 compulsory practical that the teacher that assessed by the teacher, the subject teacher. So this is quite a lot, 20%, but this 20% is not from one term, it's from throughout the 3 terms when you have completed all the 15. So if you can manage to score 2 to 5 the total marks, that means you are getting the 20%. You see the duration throughout the 3 terms. Just now the exam for each term, it takes you around 1.5 hours. Okay, so this is the chart. Okay, the table, you can analyze it later. Okay, so that's about the marking and the assessment. Okay, how about the reference books? Okay, reference books, these are some of the reference books that you can refer to, and we have it in the library. We have this Campbell, this biological science one. This one some of the books we don't have. If I'm not mistaken, we have a few, around 3 books like that. But if you can borrow from the teachers. Some of the teachers, they have a lot of books. Okay, so biological science, we have science 1 and science 2. We have the Solomon, and we have this. So all these are the reference books. Okay, okay, now I think the lower 6 students, now you are giving an option. Either you are taking up the biology or the physics, because in your package, okay, PA, you compulsory to take PA, chemistry, and maths T. But the difference for the package is either you are taking the biology subject or the physics. So now, okay, you are wondering, so how to choose? Huh? Because very difficult, isn't it? So you have to decide which one to choose. Uh, you have to make your decision wisely. After my briefing, a very short briefing, I hope that uh, you can make a good decision. Okay, that's all from me, Puan Jenny Chow from the biology unit. Thank you. See you later. Bye.